I met this woman this week, really nice woman, late 40s, very kind of cool together, etc. Very smart woman, good fun. And we start to get into conversation, and she was telling me, how you start these conversations, I don't know, this was a strange, but anyway, she told me that she'd been celibate for 7 years. Oh, well, that's interesting. And then she said, I heard a song, and that was it. Suddenly, I knew that I wanted to kind of embrace my sex life again. Not only that...
Was it a Robbie Williams song?
Sorry. She actually told me the song and she played it to me and everything. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Barry White?
No, well, I didn't want anything to happen. That's what I was. I went, la, 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 la. Don't play me that song, whatever you do. But anyway, not only that, she said that she had specifically signed up to a website that put together older women and younger men.
You're whispering. It's as if no one else can actually hear. You're on telly.
Sorry, well, it was a toy boy website.
Right.
That she's late 40s.
Yeah.
And so she said, I've brought up my child, I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm just looking for...
fun.
Sexual
The lady in the audience shouted that word. Yes, we heard you. We heard you.
With younger women. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm a bit of a prude. You all know that I'm a bit of a prude. But I was listening to her and she was so kind of together and smart. It wasn't a sleazy conversation. Do you know? And I thought, well, there you go. You're a very smart woman. You've made a decision. This is what you enjoy. This is what you like.
Did she pay them?
No.
That's different.
No.
That's a different exchange.
That's a different
website.
But all my insecurities came out because, of course, I'm saying to her, but, I mean, is it not a bit embarrassing? Because, she said they are very, very hot. I mean, she's talking about very, very hunky guys.
Are they
ripped,
boom, boom, boom?
Boom, boom, boom. In their 20s or whatever. I said, you're thinking, well, they could be with a young girl and, what are they thinking of you? Which is all my insecurities.
Yeah.
And she said, no, not at all. They sign up to it knowing what they're getting. I know what I'm getting. And they enjoy it. That is their choice and it's my choice.
Well, I have to say, my mom's going to kill me. My mom did do something similar. My mom was, after she divorced my dad, she went through a very long spell of having no love in her life. And she was in a bit of a rut. So she and her girlfriend, who lived together at the time, now my mom was 67, her girlfriend is 70, they came up with the idea of a bet. And they said, whoever can have
the drought,
have a lovely, end the drought in 6 weeks wins, and the winner gets taken out to dinner for sushi by the loser.
So one was 67 and one was 70?
Yes, so it wasn't
hot
really...
dogs I would have understood, but sushi.
It's maybe a poor choice in meal, but they set this bet up, and there wasn't really anything happening. My mother wasn't getting any traction really on site, so she changed some of the profile settings. And by the way, anyone who follows my Instagram will know that I do follow Gwen's adventures in dating constantly. But she changed the profile settings and then got a lot of traction, and
you're putting this so nicely.
I can't say what she changed them to.
Oh, okay. Did she just say that
she was up for a more casual situation?
Right. Okay.
And that then got the gears in motion. The men started to flood in, and
did she win?
She won the bet.
Oh.
And in fact, we did say if the date goes really well, we could see her house from across the way. We said, will you put the outside lights on if it's successful? And Rob and I were like, it's a go. But she feels really liberated. I agree. There's nothing, she's in control. She's having a great time.
And it's always with younger men?
Well, they're not like, young boys, but she's 67, so I'd say they're late 40s, early 50s, so younger men.
So she prefers younger than her?
She prefers younger than her. I think she says, honey, by the time you get to my age, all the men are old. She goes, I don't want to be with an old guy. So she's got a groove still, but she's amazing, and I have to look up to her.
And does she just want love, or is she hoping for a relationship?
I think she wants companionship. I think she wants I don't think she necessarily wants a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I think she wants several companions to kind of have adventures with and go to dinner with, and
That was the other interesting thing about what this woman I was speaking to said, because, I said, well, so do you talk to them, or is it just purely, a sexual encounter? And she said, oh, well, if that bit goes well, then I might talk to them. Then I might meet them for a coffee or a drink or whatever. She said, but I don't do that first. You know, so it's the other way around. So the usual sort of like excruciating dates that you're sitting there trying to make small talk, and then will that
I suppose you have
happen?
something to talk about.
She,
I mean, yeah, there's
But a friend,
flips it
I'm
on its back,
interested in
as
this.
it were.
I'm interested in this celibacy bit because it was an article I read a couple of weeks ago where somebody had gone celibate on purpose for a year with her husband, and then, you know, even if they'd really wanted sex, they didn't allow themselves, and then after a year it switched them both back on. And actually, I have a very close friend who didn't have sex for a whole 20 years.
Whoa.
Her children. She had been very highly sexed before, had her child, got rid of her partner, and then just didn't want sex. And then 20 years later, it just switched back on once
just
the
like
children were
that?
grown up.
Did you hear that song?
Just once. No, I wonder what we need to know.
We need to know what
is.
song it was.
Yeah, so I wonder if there's something in that one just has to stop to...
I think once you get your groove back, though, just gauging from my mother, the groove is in full force afterwards.
Do you get embarrassed by
as
that
a
at all?
daughter?
I'm not, do you know, I'm not really embarrassed, but I think because my mom's not embarrassed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a really open relationship with my mom. There's nothing shameful or weird with what she's doing. I'm really proud of her. It's hard to be a single lady, you know, older. Proud of her.
She's an empowered woman.
She's
making her own
empowered. She's not
choices.
like, you know, it's nothing.
I guess the only thing I'd be concerned about is safety. I mean, does
I
she
do have these
everything
conversations
safely?
with her.
Yeah.
I think I've
How
had
weird
to
is
have,
that?
Well, it is weird. It is a role reversal where you're like, okay, the birds and the bees, here's the deal. You're gonna have to use protection. And she's going, I do. Because I think, you know, a woman who's been married most of her life doesn't even think about these things. So there is an education, a re-education, but my mom is very safe. She's very, you know, modern.
Yeah.
And no, I'm really proud of her.
For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free, and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.